All right, there's your backhand drop. How cool is that? See, it just went in. It just goes really good. It's just phenomenal. Here it goes there, there, there. Okay, we're going to show you a trick that just works phenomenally well, and it's all in the elbow. It's all in the elbow and the follow through there. There, elbow, and everything gets good. All I've done, if I just lift my elbow here, lift my elbow, that was a terrible shot, click the side wall. Here, lift my elbow, and everything gets good. It doesn't matter if you go back foot here, lift the elbow, everything just gets fantastic. It's just phenomenal. And why does it work? It's pretty simple. What happens is, on the follow through, if I lift my elbow, it keeps the racket head down the floorboard, and it stops all of this. And yes, you can do this down here and do that way and lift your elbow out that way. So what I've done there, that's the front wall, I've gone that way and I've lifted the elbow out that way. So it's this one here, there, there. So I've pushed it out and lifted it up to the roof a little bit. So if you try and look a bit like this when you follow through, when you finish, a bit silly. I often just look silly. I don't care, doesn't matter. If I try and do that here, there, well that was terrible. Here, there, there. So if I finish up like that, get my hands out there, then what happens is everything just gets good. Ball's nice and cold, everything just gets good. So it's that elbow, it's phenomenal what it does. It does a lot for your volley. Here, elbow, out, and it just makes everything straight because it keeps the racket head down the floorboard. It does a lot for your drive here, elbow, because it keeps it down the wall. You lift your elbow, the ball goes down the wall. It doesn't go anywhere else because it creates it into a pendulum swing and your racket head stays down the floorboard. So the drop here, there, all right. Let's talk about your drop. So there's a couple of things. Your outcomes will be front wall, floor, side wall. All right, anything that's remotely close here. Once you get past about half service box to full service box width, you start going nick. Because then if you've got width, that's a terrible shot, but it still went in. There, there, there. You can go nick from there if you start to get width, because you can start to pick the nick out. But you can't hit a nick if the ball's over here. It just doesn't happen. So you've got to find where you're capable. Some people are more capable than others, and it all works really well. All right. When you get really good, you're going to start to hold your shot a little bit. Here, hold, and then do that. So that's a little bit more advanced. And once again, the elbow is still active and it's still the slice, so I'm choosing when to hit it. I just got there early. So if you get there early, activate your elbow through the ball, and it's pretty cool. Now you're not going to hit the ball early. So you're not going to take it here like that. That was terrible anyway. But you're not going to generally take it. It causes grief when you start taking it on the top of the bounce. And I know you have to and you do, but they're the ones from about half court when someone returns a deep drive but doesn't work out well. And that's that one there. Doesn't drive, didn't work, and then you pop that one in. And that's pretty much just cutting and keeping your racket face open, and that one you'll get that one done. And the best way to get that one done is to actually make it go faster. Don't make it go slow. Here, don't make it go like that because it's harder to control. So you just make this one back here go faster. But the one up here, there, just before the second bounce, and you're looking pretty good. So we'll talk about the second bounce. If I take the ball just before the second bounce, I've got the most time I can possibly have, and the ball's going to come back as far as it possibly can, and I'm going to have to do the minimal amount of running. But I will give my opponent more time to make court position. So I'm happy for them to have more court time, more court position time, so they can get into the right position if I can increase the quality of my shot dramatically. So if I wait, if I take it just before the second bounce, I know what I've done is I've taken out one variable. The variable is the height. I know how high it's going to be. So I've gotten rid of one variable and I've gone and picked up time. So I've given myself more time. I don't have to get far at the front court, so I'm using less effort. So there's three things that are working in my favour. The one that's not is that they've got more time to make position. Okay? But if I can do that, then I can just go and angle the ball through, and it works really well. What that does is allows my wrist to get lower than my elbow there, instead of this at the same height where I'm trying to work it out, and then I've got to do this, but this is already there, so I've already got this in situation, so it's really good. So there, just before second bounce, and you get good. Here, wait. So I'll often wait. So these ones here, I'll often wait just before second bounce before I play it. Because I know that if I wait here, that was a terrible shot. That's going to be quality. Around here, I'll wait there because I'll know I'll have control over it, because of the consistency of taking the ball from a low position. It works really well. All right, and you can then start to strike it out in front of your body a little bit as well. So you can strike it out there. So you can get used to out there doing that, and you get this wonderful feel as well. And the elbow went up. So your elbow's the answer to your backhand drop. It's pretty phenomenal what it does for your backhand drop. It is just unreal. It's really, really, really good. So start to build on that elbow capability for your backhand drop. Elbow, 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 elbow. Follow it, cross. And it's almost like I'm hitting inside out. So I go inside out there. So if I do that, so instead of going around this way, I'm going to go in this way. So if I do that, there, in that way. Once again, here, in that way. It's just phenomenal what it does. I can put the ball over there, here, there, without any trouble at all. And I'll go that one for the camera. There you go. All right, so your elbow is awesome for your backhand drop. It just works. It's just phenomenal what it does. Take it just before the second bounce. Give yourself as much time as you possibly can. Work on your quality outcomes, and everything will just get phenomenal and get really, really good. There you go. That is your backhand drop, how to make it awesome really, really fast. You soften the consistency. Ball's nice and cold, made me look good, but never mind. Have a crack at it and try it with your body on your courts on a hot day, on a cold day, doesn't matter. Elbow will take care of everything and you'll love it.